the areas are very walkable.
Absolutely.
Whether or not it is the safest to walk during certain times of the day is a different question. But the city itself is extremely walkable.
Yeah. We tried to do a little night walk. We was like, let's head back.
No, Jasmine tried to do. I
was down.
Jasmine turned North Philly in a matter of 2 minutes. We walking. I am giving off suburban mom. And Jasmine, we leave out of the doors, and she's like, North Philly on.
I'm like, let's make a left, make a right, and then go straight and see what happens.
And we turn the corner. I'm immediately clutching my pearls. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be out here.
So I started seeing people. She was like, let's just go back. It's fine. Like, I'll just order something. I'm like, no, it's just order lights.
Jasmine was like, no, we're walking. And I'm just like, you're walking. I'm watching these people. We get about maybe a block. And I'm like,
a block and a half. And they said,
we gotta go back.
Fair enough.
But Jasmine was for it. Yeah. She was like,
I feel like there was food nearby. I'm like, I do think it was walkable food. We probably should have took a right from the beginning instead of a left. If we took a right out the hotel, we would have found food.
Meanwhile, I was like...
But we was definitely in somebody's hood. Because they were just outside chilling. The kids was outside. I was like, it's giving vibes. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel,
Fly, Sexy.
I'm your co-host, Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period, guys. We're back.
We back.
And we back. Hey.
Did y'all miss us?
Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Definitely the longest month of my life without Travel Fly Sexy.
I know. That's crazy. We have never taken a break.
Like never. But y'all, we needed it. So. Yes. Jazz went on her birthday world tour.
Come on, Virgo season.
We went outside a little bit. We slept a little bit. Definitely ate a little bit. Enjoyed the end of summer.
Yes.
But we back.
We back.
And more importantly, today's episode, all about our recent trip.
Yes.
To Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Because we wasn't just on a break just to be on a break.
No,
we had to be outside.
We had to be outside. That's the least we could do.
Precisely. So stick around for our full deep dive into our experience in Guatemala. Yes. But of course, before we jump into all of that, a little bit of goddess smell from our inbox to yours. What's going on in the world of travel, Jazz?
Yes. So we are spotlighting your faves. So Spirit is in the news for recently announcing basically how they're shifting their strategy a bit. So we know that Spirit is known for cheap airfare and a la carte everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're changing the way that they operate and more so going into focusing on better service.
Yeah. And we know and love Spirit, or at least I do.
Yes.
Because I can't speak for y'all, but I'm going to today because y'all missing out. But they hope that they're putting things in place to again remind you why they're coming for this spot. Okay?
Absolutely,
they're coming for.
They really are. They are, and we've talked about Spirit all the time. So we talk about how great the service already is.
Exactly.
But for them to kind of have this shift of like implementing new fares and new amenities that come along with those fares, new seating, bigger seats, more comfy seats. So it's exciting.
I'm very excited. So I pulled it up so that we did you guys the full service of giving you the exact breakdown. Mm-hmm. So in case you are not familiar with this news, Spirit, again, has completely shifted their approach to service, focusing on the service, but more importantly, how you can purchase your tickets.
Exactly.
So they have 3 new fare types, if you will, in addition to their standard, which is now called just Go. All right, so you got Go, which is basic economy.
Exactly.
Basic economy, just your personal item, what you know as Spirit today.
Exactly.
Then they have the Go Savvy, the Go Comfy, and the Go Big. All right. So the Go Savvy includes your personal item and then also includes a standard seat and then also the ability to have either a check bag or
a carry-on.
Exactly.
Which I thought was dope that they give you the option because usually there's a price difference in those. So despite the price difference that Spirit usually has, You got the option if you want to check your bag and go a little bit bigger, bring more things, you can for the same price.
Exactly. Right. And I was going to say for the same price. Now, for me, like obviously for you,
Not checking the bag.
not checking the bag.
A nice option.
But nice option. And
Great
again,
option.
same price because normally you may see a difference
Like a $20 difference
for
whether
check versus
exactly.
So that's 𝗀𝒏𝒂𝒄𝒃. Then they have 𝗂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒄𝒃, and so 𝗂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒃. Let me zoom in because it's a lot of little perks in 𝗂𝒂𝒏𝒃 here. All right, so 𝗂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 blocks your middle seat, so now you have no one sitting between you. Yes.
Oh,
right. So it also includes group number 2 boarding. And then it also includes a drink and a snack during the boarding process, or not during the boarding process, during your flight experience. And of course, the carry-on bag, but also the check bag, not an either or.
You get both.
Exactly. So that's 𝗂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. Comfy seat, like I said, with the middle seat being blocked, and that's definitely great.
Okay, I did see that comfy seat thing, so that's what makes it a comfy seat.
That's what makes it comfy.
Got it.
The middle seat is blocked. Exactly. And then your last tier is go big. Okay, go big or go home.
Go big snacks.
So go big automatically puts you in the big seats.
The big seats in the front.
At the front of the plane. Of course, group 1 boarding. Also includes your bags, both checked and carry-on, your drinks, your snacks, and also Wi-Fi. So that's the one too.
Okay, Wi-Fi.
Yes, so the Wi-Fi is included in the Go Big seat selection. And then of course, the security, the shortcut security line. So almost like if you're traveling with American or Delta and they have the priority line.
Okay, yeah. I never understood that. I don't think PHL really does that.
Oh, no, I use my American Priority line.
Really?
Yes, because normally it's shorter. And again, if I need to, because you know why we don't
Where
really
is it?
think about it? Because we don't check bags.
Oh, it's at that.
Exactly. But
Oh.
if you needed to check a bag, there's a designated
Got
priority
you.
lane.
Okay.
So that you don't have to stand in the
I'm
lane
like, what
with
priority
everyone
lane
else
are they
who's checking
even
the bag.
talking about?
That's what they're talking
Okay,
about.
got you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've never seen that. You could tell I don't check bags.
That's what I'm saying. You
I'd be
wouldn't really.
reading and I'd be like, I don't see the benefits
But
of this.
I remember using it for the wedding because we checked bags obviously for that. But then also when I had a delayed flight. So when I arrived to the destination, instead of going in the line with everyone else for customer service, there was a priority lane for customer service.
Okay.
So yeah, so that priority come in
makes
handy
sense.
sometimes. Okay. Absolutely. And if you have the Go Big, you get the priority. So those are that's the breakdown of this new four fare tiered system with Spirit. But it's really great.
It is good. And I mean, the prices are still good.
Yes.
For all of the tiers, for all of the offerings, you are paying comparable prices to those a la carte things that we would do before, where you had to pay for your seat, pay for your bag, pay for your snacks, pay for your Wi-Fi.
That part.
It adds up.
It does. And also, it kind of just gives you an idea of what you are looking to pay in terms of differences. So with the Go Savvy, which again includes your seat and either a checked or a carry-on bag, that is typically going to be about $50 more than your standard
very
Go.
fair.
Very, very fair.
Very fair.
Very fair. And then the Go Comfy, which again blocks the middle seat and then includes snacks and a beverage, in addition to both a carry-on and a check bag. That one is typically going to be about $60 more than the Go Savvy.
Fair.
Yes. And then the Go Big or Go Home one, you're probably going to see about $70 to $80 more than the previous tier, which is the Go Savvy. I mean, like you said, when you do the math,
it pays for itself.
If you just are in the Go and then you start adding all the benefits,
what you're going to do, you're going to want to pay for your seat. You're going to buy bags, so inevitably you're going to pay extra money.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it in the beginning and
Precisely.
reap the benefits.
Precisely. And then when you talk about, you made a good point because doing it in the beginning is important because it is available to you during the booking process.
Yes, this is not an a la carte service that you'll add on
after
you
fact.
Go, and then you're like, oh, I want to go big now. You're going a la carte.
Now, granted, there's some hacks to that, so let's get into them a little bit because
you know the real tea.
Because I had to recently utilize this, so this is why I'm able to tell you guys. So So these new changes went into like official effect on August the 27th. However, if you've purchased your ticket before the changes went into effect, you are still able to add these after your purchase. Oh. So for instance, let's say you're traveling, you already booked your holiday travel, as you should, and you booked Spirit, and now you go to check in to your flight in December, and you're realizing it's not giving you the option to add your bags, because normally you would just go ahead and add your bag during your check-in. It wasn't allowing me. So I was like, well, I'll be darned if I'm about to stand in a line at an airport to do a bag anything. I got to get in and get to the gate. I'm not coming early for anything extra. So I opened the website chat, because I told y'all, website chat always, especially Spirits.
Yes,
and
they are fantastic.
They're so great.
They are good.
And when I open the chat, we go through the process, and the lady tells me, oh, it's grayed out now because you have to add one of these new tiers to your experience. And I was just like, well, I don't want to do that whole process. I just want to buy my bag and a seat. And then she was like, well, this is going to cost this, which was $110. Or she said, you can add 𝗀𝒏𝒂𝒗𝒆𝒍 for $50. And it's giving me exactly what I wanted, which was to select my seat and to add my carry-on. So it's way more cost efficient.
Yeah.
And also easy to update your existing reservation, which I definitely encourage you to do so. And I'm honestly just like, what's the point of go? Other than if you got to take off luggage.
Yes,
or
you're just going real quick.
If you're going real quick or whatever the case might be. But definitely take advantage of these, because they're setting us up for success, and they're saving us money in the process.
Shout out to Spirit. Even the customer service rep, like, they always offered a bundle versus the a la carte. Like, they want you to save money. So shout out to Spirit.
And she didn't feel salesy about it. She more was just like,
this is what we do.
Baby girl, this is a smarter choice.
This is what's hot right now, girl. Get on it.
But if you want to spend, go ahead. But yeah, the Spirit customer service, hands down, is always
A1.
That girl. Okay. So have you tried this? Or have you experienced it?
Right.
Will you? Drop it in the comments and let us know. I'm a huge fan of these updates. Like, I'm all for it.
I think it's cool.
This is fantastic.
I'm excited to use it.
Yes. So now let's get into our main topic today. We did not fly Spirit to Guatemala.
Nope.
I would like you to know we actually flew with Delta. And if you was listening to the last episode or the previous episode, Delta really tried me, and I was back at, I was on the teeter-totter when we were trying to book the flight.
You are so right.
Do we choose Delta? And then ultimately I was like, all right.
I forgot. That was our battle. We were going Delta or American.
Yes.
Based on Tasha's current experiences, I may want to avoid Delta, but we went with Delta, and it was a great experience. It was all of the flights.
It was phenomenal.
All of the flights were awesome,
and once again,
except for that last one.
But part of me feel like
still
it
was
wasn't
great,
all the way
though.
there.
It was, it still was great.
But we were reminded once again why Delta. Been that girl, is that girl, will forever be that girl.
For sure. Yes. I'm like,
goodness gracious.
Delta never ceased to amaze me.
Never disappoint. So anyways, perfect segue into our main topic.
Yes.
Guatemala. We're still very much on a high, because
it was such a good trip. It was such a good trip.
What a time.
Every trip's a good trip, but this was a really good trip.
I know. So, we got a lot to cover today. So stick around, bear with us, and we may or may not have to break this up.
Yeah,
it depends on how much we get through, because we don't want you being here all day. But we absolutely want to give you all the information to plan for your Guatemala experience. So,
it's your girls of 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒃.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒃.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒃, shoot us an email at info@𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒃.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
So let's jump it off with getting there. We already started about our Delta flights, which were phenomenal. But
getting there was relatively easy.
Yeah.
And quick for the most part.
Very quick.
It was quick and easy, quick flights.
And I will say, depending on where you're coming from, non-stop options are few and far between.
Yes.
We tried, but
especially coming from where we're at, we had to lay over somewhere down closer.
Exactly. So, I mean, I saw some nonstop options out of Houston, out of Atlanta,
maybe like Miami,
out of Miami. But coming up from this East Coast area, we had to stop.
Exactly.
And this is why it's always important to have some type of airport lounge access, guys.
Shout out to Tosh. I love traveling with Tosh.
Because them layovers gonna do what they gonna do, but they will be better for you.
Because that's why I hate layovers. I be like, ugh. But that's another story.
I know. But yeah, you know, we talked about it before, but you can get yourself a priority pass membership, or if you have any of the airline credit cards, definitely look into those perks to see if you have lounge access via the card, because it really does make your travels better, especially if you have no choice but to lay over.
Yes.
So we definitely had a good airport experience to and from via our airport lounge access.
Yes.
But to your point, it was very simple.
Quick and easy.
Hour and a half from here to Atlanta.
And then like 3 hours from Atlanta to
3 hours from
Guatemala.
Atlanta to Guatemala.
Yeah, so
nothing.
just depending on your layover time, probably like 6-7 hours total
of your flying day or your travel day.
Yeah.
And then you arrive, and we arrived still pretty early.
Yeah,
so then
we still had the day.
The entire day.
Yep.
And it was an hour behind, were we? Or hour ahead?
Hour or two behind. I don't know.
We were behind.
We were not in the same time zone.
We were behind,
I think we were 2 hours behind.
Maybe, yeah, 2. We were 2 hours behind, so we didn't gain more time, had a whole day.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest point was it was so easy.
It was smooth, it was easy, quick flights. And I would suggest flying with like a Delta or someone that has entertainment in flight, that made the flight even quicker, in my opinion.
Yes.
Having Wi-Fi and being able to like watch TV or get some work done really made it a quick, smooth flight. Yeah, Delta. And it was a cheap flight.
I was just about to say, Delta really did that for the low.
Especially for it to happen, a Delta flight. That's also why we chose Delta, because it was like the price was the same with Delta versus American. Yeah. And it was like, why not go Delta?
When you can, you shall.
And it well worth the price.
Well worth the price. Especially, like you said, the in-flight entertainment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
overall, how much was our flight?
Ooh, so, I mean, we tell y'all before, we're going to tell you again. We typically buy as a package.
Yes.
So when you bundle, you save.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Progressive. So therefore, I'm like,
can't really say, yeah.
But overall, we paid with our flight and our hotel for 4 nights. $400 per person.
Yeah.
Like, something like that. So
I think it was like $400, $450 per person.
Which round trip flights via Delta
and accommodations in Guatemala City.
Guatemala City. $450 per person.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
If Guatemala is not on your list, it's going to be on your list.
It's going to be on your list today. Absolutely. But I would say normally when I'm looking up Guatemala flight prices, they're typically going to range between $289 to $589, sometimes $6. Again, depending on your departure city. So don't quote me, but that's a general range. And also depending on when you're traveling and all that, the dates you choose, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking of our accommodations in Guatemala, let's talk about where to stay.
It was so cute.
Oh my goodness. The 𝗎𝒂𝒂𝒃.
Yeah, it was such a cute accommodation.
And we have to shout out Jasmine for this because she totally found it. And I was like, this is so cute.
I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I knew it looked cute, but I was like, oh. Like, you know how they try to get you with the pictures. And I'm like, listen, we'll hardly be here. As long as we can lay our head, we're fine. But, like, it really was cute and nice.
I'm laughing at you with the we'll hardly be here.
You know me. Tasha's not always like that, so shout out to them for trusting me. Because I'd be like, long as it's not a hostel and
oh my gosh,
they got somebody in here working, we good.
But it was very, really, very nice accommodation.
Yes, and very secure. Shout out to like the 24/7 security.
Absolutely, like
that was amazing. That made me feel so good because we always preach about being at an accommodation, whether a hotel or whatever type of rental that has staff and that can, assist you in whatever way. And we literally had 24-hour security. Like they was down there.
They was not playing.
They was not playing. It was safe.
It was safe, absolutely. So we had a 3-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
And just spacious, chill, great for Jasmine, Ricky, and I. And it was super easy. Like, again, very affordable. We told you
very
the price already.
Affordable.
So it's
was so good.
But it wasn't an Airbnb.
No, but it was, and that's what I know y'all love y'all Airbnbs.
We know y'all love it.
I know y'all want the private space and you want to have the picturesque, Instagrammable space, but like this literally was that.
I was gonna say, we
but
got all
not
that.
an Airbnb. So it still was a rental. It, like Tosh said, it was an apartment. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. We all had our own bedrooms with a shared common space, a shared bathroom, and it literally was like if it was a full kitchen. If it was like a family or a larger group trip, it would have 100% worked for like up to maybe 6 to 7 people.
Yeah, because you share in the bedrooms.
Yeah,
and then
it's a
bedrooms
couch,
had a bunk bed.
Yep, and then they had a nice couch that if somebody really wanted to crash on the couch.
Yeah,
that's
a good point. Yeah, so 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 Boutique Hotel.
Yeah, it was really
very
good.
cute.
And what was that zone?
That was zone 1.
Yeah, so we were in zone 1, not very far from the airport.
Right.
Like maybe 40 minutes from the airport, which their airport is located in like the city center.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really different because in a lot of destinations, your airport's a little far off. But it was cool that the airport is literally centrally located.
But it's important, I guess, that we can just kind of explain a little bit about the different zones around the city because I don't know. So this was my second time going to Guatemala, but I feel like this was the first time I heard anything about zones.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, is this a new thing? Like, I feel like even the locals were preaching and talking more about zone.
Oh, okay. So maybe this is like a new way of describing the landscape.
Yeah, I think, and I got to look it up, but I'm just like, nobody was talking about zone anything on my
when you were there. Because what was that, like maybe 5 years ago?
2019. So 5 years ago. Yeah. Yes. And I'm like, now everybody's like zone this, zone that. Like,
and it was very helpful.
It was extremely helpful.
It was.
So that's why I'm like, all right, great to know. The Guatemala City is broken up into multiple zones. I think he said they got 26 zones altogether.
Yeah.
He said 20 something.
So, yep.
But we were in zone number 1 where we stayed, and then also zone 16 had some great like luxury feel to it.
Yes.
Zone 10 where you found all your name brand hotels and great restaurants as well as nightlife. And then zone 4 they also mentioned had
bars,
good
nightlife.
Exactly.
Yep.
But they also were very quick to let us know not all zones are created equal.
Yep. It was like, be careful walking around in y'all zone.
Exactly. So
like, okay.
Thank you for that information, and we shall give it to you.
Exactly. That's what, like, now we know, because obviously I'm like, I've never been to Guatemala, so I'm just blindly picking an accommodation that looks cute and can accommodate all of us comfortably. I ain't know nothing about the zones. Granted, I did see it in the bookings, and you will notice if you are booking or looking through hotels that they are labeled often on the websites with the zones included in the titles now, which could be recent updates.
That was a recent update.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
it's like
was
literally
not
in the hotel
before.
title. It'll be like in zone 10 or something like that. But I'm like, I don't know what that means. So I just saw it was like not too far from the airport. I'm Googling the things that we're doing. I'm like, cool, whatever. But now we know, and we can pass the information along of like, you know, there are zones that are more safe than others, and especially
accommodating to tourists.
Exactly, especially more accommodating to tourists when it comes to having hotels, having certain stores, accepting cards and USD. That's not something that you'll find in every single zone.
Yeah.
Because some of them are more residential.
Very much so. So, yeah. So, I mean, 16, 10, 4, 1.
Yes. Zone 16 was my favorite. What was that? 𝗂𝗂𝗂? However you say it.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
It was really cool.
Yes. That was what they call the luxury zone, baby.
Yeah, it was cute. Not y'all gentrifying Guatemala.
They gentrified it. That's what I'm saying. This is new.
Yeah.
This zone
and that's
thing
probably
is new.
why they implemented the zones as they're like, you know, doing new constructions.
Oh yeah,
and
this
renovations
was a brand
to
new
things.
zone.
It just made sense to kind of implement some.
Everything was like they were still building
brand
it.
new. Yeah, brand new.
That's why I'm like, this is a new thing. Yeah, I'm not tripping. Y'all tripping. Nevertheless, getting around Guatemala. Let's jump into
making
it.
your way through these zones.
Making your way downtown.
The zones were not in order. Like that was freaking me out because I'm just like, I don't know if it's like a circle, because at some point someone sat down and like, you know, did this. But they're like, yeah, we in zone 4 right now, and over there is zone 9. I'm
literally.
Okay. And then we're entering zone 10. I'm like, from 4? So, yeah, you will find that the zones are kind of, you know, Cause he'd be like,
There's
yeah,
no
over
rhyme
there
or
zone
reason.
8. I'm like, we're in zone 1 and that's zone 8. So
Across
I was
the
trying to
street?
make them make sense. Like maybe they're side by side. Maybe they go around the loop. I don't know.
Jasmine's better than me because I gave up on trying to understand. I just said, where
the
am I?
zones is just scattered. Just tell me the number, please.
Yes. But getting around to the zones, or just in general in Guatemala, they do have Uber.
Yes.
So I always like to mention that because
We love Uber.
it's so convenient.
And it was very cheap.
I'm talking like
Bring back Uber prices because everywhere else get it.
everywhere else.
Except for here.
Listen,
I just don't understand.
at one point we had to take a Uber that was almost 2 hours.
And it costs what?
$11.
A 2-hour Uber in traffic, like in jam-packed traffic.
Jam-packed traffic.
$11 was the price for the Uber. Like,
2
bring back
hours.
those prices.
But on average, like the Uber was 2 to 3, maybe 5.
Yeah,
USD.
like, bring back $6 Ubers.
Crazy. Yeah.
I know somebody that work at Uber. Here it is, because we did a whole Uber episode. So,
I mean, the reality of it is cost of living is a thing.
yeah,
They
very
just
true.
we got more money, so we spend more money. I don't know.
I don't got more money. Speak for yourself.
I meant as a society,
Just
as
kidding.
United States of America, because I feel you on that.
Not me, Uber. Because y'all see my
Listen.
transactions.
Listen, I'm telling you, if I had to base my life on the cost of Uber in another country, I would move.
Oh my God. And that's why people be moving.
Yes, because
Like, how much was this hotel with for 3 bedrooms? I can afford that monthly, actually.
exactly. that is way less than somebody's rent.
Exactly.
But nevertheless, Uber was available, and of
Yeah.
course, you can always hire a driver.
Yes, which
If
was
you just want to make it so easy on your life, someone's there to pick you up, drop you off.
they know the landscape.
Yes.
They know how to get, like, so if you want suggestions, they can be like, oh, go here. So we definitely suggest a driver.
Or don't go here.
Or don't go here. Exactly.
Like, don't waste your time, and that's fine. And then we talked about you being able to walk. Now, granted, the areas are very walkable.
Absolutely.
Whether or not it is the safest to walk during certain times of the day is a different question. But the city itself is extremely walkable.
Yeah. We tried to do a little night walk. We was like, let's head back.
No, Jasmine
I
tried
be
to do.
walking. I was down.
Jasmine turned North Philly in a matter of 2 minutes. We walking. I am giving off suburban mom. And Jasmine, we leave out of the doors, and she's like, North Philly on.
I'm like, let's
switch.
make a left, make a right, and then go straight and see what happens.
And we turn the corner. I'm immediately clutching my pearls. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be out
Tosh
here.
started seeing people. She was like, let's just go back. It's fine.
like,
I'll just order something.
well,
I'm like, no, it's
just
I
order.
see lights.
Jasmine was like, no, we're walking. And I'm just like, you're walking. I'm watching these people. We get about maybe a block. And I'm like,
A block and a half. And they said,
we gotta go
going
back.
Fair enough.
But Jasmine was for it.
Yeah.
She was like,
I
I'm
feel
from
like there
North
was
Philly.
food nearby. I'm like, I do think it was walkable food. We probably should have took a right from the beginning instead of a left. If we took a right out the hotel, we would have found food.
Meanwhile, I was like,
But we was definitely in somebody's hood.
What is
Because they were
going
just
on?
outside chilling. The kids was outside. I was like, it's giving vibes.
is it? And I too am from North Philly, but I was not the North
Two
Philly.
different type of
I
North
was
Philly
not
girls.
North Philly today, that day.
So we're going to hit on back. She
I don't-
was like, pull up your Uber Eats.
Please, we're gonna order. We're gonna order.
And we did. We Uber Eats. So that's also a thing. Uber Eats is an option. They
Yes.
have a lot of things on there.
Yes.
So that was dope.
And that was our first night, so we just was kind of like we had done an all day experience, which we'll talk about. And by the time we got back, we were like, all right, let's just get
wrap this
something to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Uber Eats, I forgot to mention
Yeah,
that.
the walking, again, you want to make sure you
Know where
are
you
aware of your surroundings, know where you are, utilize your map, make sure you got service because we didn't have the best service. So, like, Google Maps wasn't the most efficient, like, without Wi-Fi. So definitely make sure you are mindful of that. Also, some locals mentioned to avoid the taxis.
Yes.
So there were like some white taxis, obviously just in the mix. But they were saying for tourists, they would suggest to not take a taxi.
Because they said they'll tell you one price, and then they'll tell you another price, and they'll pull over, and they won't let you out until you pay the price. It's
like
too
they
risky.
low-key rob you.
Literally. So no taxis.
Yeah.
No taxis in Guatemala.
I mean, that makes sense, though.
Yeah. And granted, we're just sharing all the tea. We did not have any of these experiences, but we just want you to be prepared.
We were super comfortable in our Ubers.
I know. Like, nobody tried to rob us. We didn't meet
2
any
hour
crazy.
Uber go crazy. Clearly, we friends at this point.
Exactly.
Like,
but we'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of, we were outside having 2 different styles of North Philly looking for food on the first night. Let's go into places to eat and things to drink in Guatemala, because the food
was really good.
food
I enjoyed
was
all
so
of the
good.
dining experiences, from like the local, like Guatemalan cuisines to the fine dining experiences.
Yeah.
They all were really good.
Absolutely. And gotta shout out the fine dining. We'll go in order,
they
but
snapped.
OMG.
Yeah, the fine dining in Guatemala was really good.
Really, really good.
Very impressive.
So first things first, on our first day, once we got there, got freshened up, we went straight to find some lunch because the girls got to eat.
Okay, we've been traveling all
All
day.
day. So we stumbled. Well, actually, we got a recommendation from our driver.
Yes,
Because we just told you, when you got a driver, you can navigate a little bit differently.
Exactly, they locals.
Yes, they be knowing. So they recommended Los Tempos.
Los Tres Tiempos, I think.
Thank you. Los Ciao. Jasmine is working on her Spanish.
Working on that Espanol.
Natasha is just rocking out.
She's like, I done made it this far
In life.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I done made it this far in all these countries.
Child, my
cool.
ancestors rolling over in their graves. But anyways, Los Tres Tiempos.
Yes.
Sure. That's where we went. Super cute rooftop restaurant.
Yes, he said one of the best views of Guatemala City.
And it did not disappoint. We got rained out a little bit,
yes.
but it didn't disappoint. We could see the potential.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, it definitely was. We also went during their rainy season.
Yes.
So that's something to keep in mind as well. So definitely always monitor the weather. We were going regardless, so we knew that it was their rainy season. We anticipated that. So it was on and off rain throughout most of the days.
Yeah. But even still, the rooftop experience was wonderful.
It was nice. And the food was good.
Child, I don't know if anyone has ever had a taco sampler,
Oh my gosh.
but baby,
That joint was so good.
you need it in your life, actually. It
Specifically there, because I don't even like tacos.
I love tacos.
That was a really good like taco platter or whatever it was.
Amazing. Like we got 4 shrimp, 4 chicken, 4 pork.
Yes.
And it was
All were
so
really good. Very flavorful. Yeah. They snapped. And
Oh my gosh.
Y'all know I don't even like tacos. Y'all know I don't love Mexican food. I'll be the first to say it.
You are, and that, always, every time you say it, I'm always just like, how, Sway?
Everyone is like, wait, what? And
You
I'm like,
love
it's just
Mexico.
not. No, love Mexico.
Hate
Do not love Mexican food. But those tacos were delicious. So,
Yes.
Okay, Guatemala.
Yes. So that was our first introduction. And we were like, okay.
And the cocktails were really good.
Yes, they were.
There were good cocktails there, too. It had
Yes,
a
they
really
were.
good cocktail menu.
And I will say, when you're traveling around the globe and you order espresso martinis, you're not sure what you're going to get. Like, I have
Sometimes
noticed
I don't
that.
even go for it because
either.
I'm just like,
I know it's going to be
I
botched.
know that y'all don't got no espresso machine in here. Like, I just know. But Guatemala was like
Yeah.
10s across the board on the espresso martinis.
They were compared to a lot of other countries where we've ordered them and they have been like, well, you tried. These were some of the better ones. They still ain't hitting like the States. I'm going to keep it 100. But they were very, very good.
They were good.
Yeah.
They were.
And I ordered one at this restaurant. And then what else about Tempioso? That's not the name, guys. So don't quote me.
It's Los Tres Tiempos. Tiempos.
You know why I do that? My husband is horrible. He always makes up words. He does not care.
No, me too. I suck at like saying words.
But,
so,
like,
proud of me because like I was speaking Spanish.
You really
in
were,
Guatemala.
and I am proud of you because you actually were trying.
I was trying.
And meanwhile,
'Cause
I was not.
That is another thing to mention. They are Guatemalan. They not on that English. No English.
No hablo inglés.
Not even trying. So, hablo español, por favor.
Por favor.
Because, baby, they are not going, like, they just, and it's not even like, you know how people speak on, like, other countries, like maybe in Europe, or where they're like, oh, they're so rude because you only speak English. It's not that they're rude. They genuinely
don't know.
Speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Like,
do not.
They are like
speak English.
Yeah. And the few people that did speak English, like the different people who worked throughout the different things that we did, they spoke it very well. And I was very impressed because everyone else was just like, hablo español.
Or like Google Translate.
Yes, exactly. Like it wasn't even like they just was like, they knew what they needed to know. But yeah, so definitely,
brush up on your Espanol.
Yes, or have that translator
Translate
ready. But the service is iffy. So if your service not A1, you better practice a little Duolingo.
That's gonna be my slight little plug for AT&T because I had service.
Yeah, her service was phenomenal the entire time. I was literally just like off the grid. Like I didn't post. People were like, I didn't even know you were away or still away, or like I just was like, yeah, no service here. So you might want to let your service provider know, and maybe there's something you can. Because I never do. Which don't be like me. Be better than me.
Always. Okay, so that was our rooftop experience. Good food, good cocktails, and then where did we go?
We made our way on our tour with our crazy tour guide.
Guys, we will talk about it. Stick around because you need to hear the story of Jordan.
So funny. We made our way to Zone 16, Cayela.
Yes.
And beautiful area. Like there were so many restaurants and bars and shops.
If you do nothing, go there.
Yeah, people families walking around, walking their dogs. It was just very chill. And we stopped at a really cute bar, La Rosa. And had got a picture of one of their signature cocktails and kind of just sit out there and people watch and chill for a second.
Yeah. And I will say as well, we are American, and especially we are East Coast Americans. So we are very much like, let's go. Keep it going. Move. You slow.
Yes, for sure.
And child, that was a struggle in Guatemala.
Yeah.
That was a struggle because they taken their very precious time.
They are very relaxed.
To do everything. But I think it's also that they want to just give you time to enjoy.
There was no rush in any restaurant or anything. Like, there's no pressure of feeling like you have to rush. And I think also that's just kind of like not only like an American thing, but like you said, an East Coast thing. Because we be on like, y'all got 90 minutes. Like, like restaurants will tell you have 75 minutes.
Exactly. To eat, like, dine, enjoy, and check out.
Please look at the menu before you get here. Because you have 60 minutes tops.
Exactly.
At 59, if you don't have your check, we literally are kicking you out. So that's just kind of what we're used to. So we're just like, okay, like, come on, you got to bring this stuff out so we can get the check soon and we can enjoy it. And then we're going to talk for 20 minutes and like,
and we out of here.
Right, exactly. So you're just kind of like, we're used to like, because I can go in and out of a restaurant in like 40 minutes.
Do it all the time.
Like, and still get some stuff done. Like, still listen to a whole podcast. So I think that is just like of our culture, because they were just very much like, if you want to stay for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Stay for 3 hours. Like, we're like, we got drinks. We don't want to stay for 3 hours. Like, we got drinks. Come on. Like, and there's nobody else here. There's like, come on.
Just us. Let's move this
But we
along.
learned that day one that it was just like, take it a little easy.
So
they are chill and be proactive. Like when you got them, get them. When they at that table, ask for what you need.
Ask for what you need, including the bill.
Yes.
So that way it's coming out and it's
exactly.
Yeah, baby, because or else you're gonna be there all day. And then you're gonna start to get annoyed.
Yeah, it was a really cute spot though. That area in general is really, really cute and worth like stopping by.
Another great dining experience is Casa Escobar.
Yes.
And so we actually discovered. Well, we went to Casa Escobar in Zone 10, which we talked about a little bit. Great zone, has a lot of the brand name hotels, Marriott, Hilton, all that stuff.
Yep.
And also very walkable. However, we discovered the Zone 10 location because we actually were trying to go to the location in Antigua, Guatemala.
Yes.
And we'll talk about our day trip in Antigua a little bit later when we talk about things to do. But we were pleasantly surprised to find out that they not only have the Antigua location, but they also have the location in Zone 10, and then they also have a location in Cayela.
Yes. I said Casa Escobar, y'all is giving franchise.
Okay, and
I like that.
the experience at this restaurant.
Oh my gosh. It was such a good experience. I felt like I loved the servers. Like they were like, it felt like family.
Yes.
Again, did not feel rushed at all. So we kind of had to like be like, okay, chill out and like, you know, take it as it comes. Cause I got to a point where I was like, all right now. And then once I got to that point, they wanted to come out and sing to me.
Happy birthday!
I was like, I was just about to get mad at y'all.
Because I saw it and I was just like, okay, I know that they're waiting.
I asked for the check.
Yeah, they're waiting to, see if we're finished dinner because I asked them to bring out, happy birthday cake and all of that stuff.
Oh my gosh, they sung happy birthday 16 times, no lie.
Y'all Virgos.
Like, Virgos are the most extra people in the world. And I really do love that for us because, like, very on brand. Because I was like, it's no way it's all our birthdays. We just all celebrate all season. And that's obnoxious.
I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, you got to think every day somebody's birthday. Every day you do not hear somebody sing happy birthday 16 times in a restaurant.
In the restaurant.
Why y'all season is so
why
much.
Are you all in this restaurant tonight?
Because we like nice things.
Period.
We like nice things and we love celebrating.
The restaurant was fantastic. It was absolutely
amazing.
The perfect backdrop for any birthday celebration.
Yes. Or like a family dinner. You got someone in town. Like you can tell, especially with them having so many locations, that a lot of locals go there just like, because we were there, I think, a Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night.
And it was super busy. So I'm like, you can tell like this is the place to be for the locals when it comes to like celebrating or some like just a special occasion.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
And then the actual restaurant itself is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's an indoor-outdoor establishment. Your typical, I shouldn't say typical, but your standard steakhouse environment.
Yes, type of feel. Exactly.
They have a wine cellar and, a beautiful
the
bar.
Was so nice, too.
The
bathroom was so cute. We love a good bathroom.
It just was a wonderful dining experience. Yeah, it was. And like you said, the staff and
great
everything.
service.
And then, of course, the food. Because let's not forget, we're talking about the
so
ambiance and everything else.
good.
Presentation as well as quality.
Yeah, the food, the drinks, another espresso martini.
That was
killed
good.
it.
Yes.
Killed it.
I'm like, okay, yeah, we doing something here.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, I had shrimp tacos, but like it was like served with like the full shrimp head, but like it was so good. You easily take it off. It just was like, oh my god.
Presentation was A1. The Caesar salad. Get the Caesar salad. Come on.
And literally the best part, it was dirt cheap.
Yeah, it was very reasonable.
What? Jasmine kept laughing at me because I kept saying, this is no money.
She was like, it's no money at all.
It's no money.
Let me get the surf and turf. It's no money.
Literally.
But literally, it was like, what, $26 USD for like the surf and turf. Yeah, it was very fairly priced.
And
the portions were
huge.
The portions were huge.
I'm like,
I ate on that for like 2 days.
Right.
So yeah, it was a really good dining experience.
Yes, Casa Escobar.
Yes, come on, Guatemala. Y'all really
the food.
The food was really
It was so good.
Yeah.
And then of course we had a chill night of food. We went to this place called 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Brewing Company, but it was just Ricky and I.
Yeah.
Because y'all already know Jasmine told y'all once, she's gonna tell you again.
It was a 5-day trip, guys. So, like, I'm gonna stay.
So
I also still got my salmon from last night because it was so big.
From Casa Escobar.
Yeah. So I was like, it's okay.
But nevertheless, the third night, Ricky and I went over to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Brewing Company. And it was like, yes, it was like a pub, but it was like a luxury pub, which I loved. And it was, again, another indoor-outdoor space.
It looked nice.
Yeah, and it was huge as well. So, like, this was just a random Tuesday evening. So it was very low-key at the time, but you can tell this is that place.
Yeah, and what zone was that in?
That was in Zone 10 as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so Zone 10 really got the restaurants and it got like the hotels
Zone
names
10
that you
sounds
know.
like a good zone to stay in.
Yes,
with
absolutely.
the hotels and the restaurants being closed.
Exactly, and walkable, and they have like nightlife. So yeah. But 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, if you're looking for like a chill evening that still is giving you good food, good beer, if you're a beer drinker, good cocktails. They have a cocktail list as well, but still feeling like luxury to the environment.
Yeah. Okay,
I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was neat.
Yeah, and the food was good. I ate some of their leftovers the next morning.
Yeah, very true. Oh, yeah, very true.
We had to get up mad early the next day, so.
Those came in handy.
We was eating jalapeno poppers in the shuttle at like 6 a.m. So shout out to 𝗑𝗲𝗅, because I still got some. I just wasn't there.
That is very true. The jalapeno poppers were good. They were even better the next day.
It was good. That literally, when I saw the like as they were like preparing to go, I pulled it up and I was like, "Ooh, these jalapeno poppers!"
Yeah.
I was hoping they got them. So
yeah,
shout out to those.
Good food.
Our next experience was another fine dining experience, which definitely my favorite, Sublime. We actually got this suggestion from, we went to the spa one day, and again, we'll get into like all the stuff that we did. This is going to have to be a 2-part.
I think so.
The things are just it's so many things. But Sublime, we got the suggestion from another group of Black travelers that we saw at the spa. Shout out to Black Lux travelers, because we love to link up at a spa.
Yes.
You know, we love to vacation and then still do nice things.
Okay, period.
So we just so happened to come into another group of travelers, and they were like, "You guys have to go to Sublime." And we were like, "Okay." So we went to Sublime literally that night.
Yes.
And oh my God, it was so good. Another espresso martini killed it.
And the presentation killed it.
I said Bailey's knew what I was talking about. Like, killed it, ate it up. The service was amazing. So whoever, like, I guess, like, the host, the maestro of the restaurant greeted us very well and described the restaurant. It basically is like a taste of Guatemalan culture. So, like, each dish is, like, related to some part of their culture or some region of Guatemala, which was super cool. So the menu is, like, kind of like a map in a way.
Yeah.
So that was dope. And they have a tasting menu where you can kind of do like an all around the Guatemala type of tasting. And you'll get, I think 12 courses of their menu. Yep. But we love the menu so much. We want to do our own thing.
Yeah.
Because y'all know we love a good tasting.
We look it up in advance too, and I knew
what we wanted. We were like, and we can't risk the tasting because you don't know what comes in the tasting. So.
And we love, like you was about to say,
love a tasting.
We love a tasting, but like, if those noodles wasn't gonna be on the tasting, I ain't want it.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about the tasting still.
Facts.
Not gonna lie.
After experiencing it, you're like,
not gonna lie.
It probably was gonna be amazing.
I am very intrigued. I'm actually gonna go on Google because I did see someone get the tasting and take pictures of everything. So I'm gonna browse that later. But again, great experience. The house starters, they had like homemade bread and like, I want to say like a hummus type of thing.
Delicious.
But the presentation was so gorgeous.
Delicious.
Like literally like some of the most beautiful presentation I've ever seen.
Yes. And it was like, you know what I can liken the presentation to a little bit was our time at Sexy Fish. Where like some of the dishes were served on clamshells.
It was so
and
well thought out.
It was a wonderful, beautiful, fine dining experience.
It was gorgeous. Like from the house starters, like this is what they're just giving us. Like we didn't even order anything yet. It was so gorgeous. The drinks were served gorgeously. Like we had espresso martinis. We had a couple other like specialty cocktails. We came with like bubbles to pop and like very like the ice was branded.
Smoke released.
Yeah, the branded ice cubes always get me.
I love it. I love it so much.
So great menu. The
had
food
me at presentation
was amazing.
And that be the part because
I'll take pretty sometimes.
It'll be so pretty, but when you taste, it's like, well, I guess you paid for presentation.
You get what you get,
Because
no, that food was good. We left full. We ate basically everything. It was a really good dining experience.
I would absolutely say.
Definitely suggest it. Yeah.
Be on your Guatemala things to eat list.
It was so good.
And then, if you know Ricky, who's our producer and also traveled with us, he gonna just do his own thing.
What you love? I love my guy friends who just be like,
catch you later.
Yeah.
So we wake up and we're like, well, where
every day. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Meanwhile, he just comes back with a box of chicken.
And we did see this chicken place a lot throughout the trip. So
we did. And this was like our last morning. And honestly, it was clutch because we all could use a piece of chicken at that moment from our night before, which we will talk about.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
But I'm like, you finally got the chicken. Because again, we saw it all week.
Yeah.
So what was it?
Pollo campero.
Campero.
Yeah, so that's basically kind of like their KFC, I would say.
Yeah, like KFC or Popeyes.
Yeah, it was exactly. So
their
it was
chicken.
just like
fast food
everywhere,
chicken.
their fast food chicken. And they have every other fast food place, McDonald's, Burger King, etc. But that's like their signature one. And even like our guides and stuff was telling us like, if y'all like chicken, you gotta try Pollo Campero.
And it's like, you know we like chicken now.
They gonna say they like fried chicken. I'm like,
you know we like fried
you
chicken.
already
now.
getting on my nerves. And now you're gonna say, do you like fried
already
chicken?
getting on my nerves.
Like, boy, I am done with you actually. But yes, the answer is yes.
Of course. The answer is of course.
At
but
that
don't
point,
ask me
I was
that.
watching a movie. I was done. I was checked out.
Nevertheless, I know sometimes it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to eat fast food while I'm in other places. But like we told you with KFC in Jamaica.
Yeah, this was worth it. That chicken was good.
That chicken was good.
Yeah.
So when you
Both
see
chickens
it,
were good.
go ahead and just, you know, stop on by.
It was some really good chicken. I can't lie. I wish we had more.
As you're thinking about it now.
And honestly, this is how good it was. As we were leaving and boarding a plane, there's people getting on a plane with sealed Pollo Campero boxes. Like bags that got like TSA seals on it. So just like when you get on a plane coming from Jamaica and you like, oh, it smell like chicken on here because it's like, it has to come home. It's good. That's how I was like, dang, if I knew I could bring the chicken, I would have told Ricky to get another box. I didn't know that. But now if you do go to Guatemala, get the chicken and bring it back.
Bring it back.
Depending on how fast your flight is.
Or
and
eat
you
it
probably
on the
could put
flight.
it eat it on your layover or put it in the air fryer.
That part. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. They had that chicken coming back.
I feel like we still got so much to talk about.
Yeah. All right.
And I feel like we need to do a part 2 because we didn't even get into things to do.
Oh my gosh, there was so many things.
So many things. We had a full itinerary, y'all, for 5 days. Like jammed pack. All right, so let's, I guess, stop here.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all in the next episode for Guatemala part 2.
I know, y'all. I'm sorry, but we just you gotta come back.
Too many things.
It's too many things, but it's so worth it.
See you next week.
See you next week for part 2. Bye.